I'm not actually that good at Minecraft, and I've never actually beaten the game, but one of the most difficult aspects of beating the game is finding the Ender Dragon, the last boss, and you have to go to the end, which is another dimension, through portals in so-called strongholds, which are underground. I don't know if you'd call them bunkers, but like, if bunkers existed in the Middle Ages, that's what they look like. And they're very hard to find because they're underground. And there are very few of them. So there are these websites online that will tell you where they are. Problem is, these websites don't generally work. I think it's just because they're too old, really. Because the game is constantly being revised, constantly being ported to different platforms. Even my own edition, the Bedrock edition, when I try to use it on this website here, for example, it doesn't really work. It's I know because I've experimented for hours with it, trying to figure out what I was doing wrong, and ultimately I put in the correct seed or number that they use to calculate the generation of the world, and it doesn't work. Just flatly doesn't work. Of course, if you know the seed, you can see if anybody has a map of it, especially if somebody has one with easy to reach strongholds. And that's basically the point of this website here that features seeds that you can try, and they have some information about what you can expect, preferably with maps. I've not tried it this way, actually. It just seems like cheating to me even more than the other option. But see, the funny thing is that the best cheat, the easiest cheat for this is built into the game. That's the most insane thing about this. And I am baffled that these websites exist given that. I guess it's because they'll give you multiple strongholds as opposed to just the nearest one, which the cheat I'm going to show you does. But if we go into Minecraft here, first of all, you'd never want to use the world you're playing in its original form because you lose the ability to score. You can't earn achievements, so you have to make a copy of your world. See, achievements can be earned in this world, but you must sign in and so on. But you also can't build it out of something that was used with cheats. So you have to copy the world and then do the cheat on the copy and then take down the coordinates of the stronghold. So here I'm going to go to creative mode, turn off achievements, and they're warning you that will happen. It won't happen on the original game, of course. I'll just go back the same coordinates. Probably not for a long time if I even reuse this. As you'll see, the strongholds that I find, I know that I looked for two and I found that both of them didn't have the portal, which I need. They're really deeply unimpressive. The one that I'm going to show you here is really not impressive at all, but it is a stronghold, so it shows that the cheat works at least. So I'm going to go into the game here, and I'm going to first show you how you're supposed to find the stronghold, theoretically. So we're in cheat mode, so I can use the Eye of Ender. And the idea is that if you throw this thing, it will land where the stronghold is, which is a little bit implausible given how far away the strongholds usually are, but we'll try that. I'll show you why it doesn't really work. I'm going to go out into my yard here from my house. Actually, the other disadvantage is you have to find it first, if you're not in cheat mode. So I throw it, and then I don't even see where it goes. So I have to throw it again and watch it more carefully. So it goes up, and it's supposed to come to a landing right where the stronghold is. So the stronghold should be right next to my house, which is great, but as you'll see, that's not really true. If I dig down here, I do exactly the opposite of what every manual tells you to do, because you can drop yourself into lava this way. You're not really supposed to tunnel straight down, but I'm doing it here to be quick. We'll go all the way down to the bedrock. Sometimes the strongholds are actually very, very deep in the Minecraft world. They're not usually close to the surface. You have to go pretty deep to find them. Down and down. If you look at the Y coordinate there, you can see it's getting lower and lower in the upper left. 0 is the bedrock. Actually, it's past the bedrock. 1 is really the bedrock. And there I'm in the bedrock. So I'm going to tunnel here. You can't actually put the pickaxe through bedrock in survival mode, but I'm doing it here just because I'm lazy. And as you could see, there was no stronghold. We went all the way down to the bottom, and there was nothing. So I'm going to call up the command line of all things, with the /, type in locate stronghold, and then it will give me the coordinates of the nearest stronghold. X is 114, Y is unknown, Z is 626. So let's go and take a look at that. I've switched it to flying mode there because you can do that in creative game mode. So you double click the spacebar, actually, not your mouse button, and it lets you fly. This isn't available in the standard survival mode, and I've jumped ahead here to save time because I don't want this to be a long video. So you double click again to shut off flying mode. Of course, this much of a fall in survival mode would kill you, but I'm cheating, of course. So we start digging here because this is where the locate function says it is. So let's take a look. So down. Again, I'm tunneling the wrong way here. The dangerous way. Way down, and I put a candle up so that I can see what I'm doing. Not that it really makes it much safer. And there I am. I'm in actually a combination mineshaft and stronghold. They're both in the same place because you can see the stronghold bricks there. This is, I think, just a cave. This is related to neither of them. There are a lot of caves in Minecraft, which can be handy for mining. You can see some coal there. I'll explore a little bit here. You can see another Enderman there, who's no threat because we're in creative mode. But I'll go back down to this stronghold, and you can see it's right up against a mine shaft. And these mine shafts are actually quite useful too a lot of the time because of the treasure you can find in them. But this mine shaft and this stronghold are very close to useless, actually. Not totally useless, but very close. And see, one of the things I do when I have a strong enough axe is that I burrow around the stronghold to see what its actual borders are so that I don't damage it unduly. And so that I know the most efficient way to get into it, which is kind of a contradiction, of course, because I'm wasting all this energy and all this axe durability on going around it. Of course, in creative mode, you don't have any wear and tear on your axe. So that helps. So I'm going to mess up my nice mine shaft here. Of course, in survival mode, I'd be able to take those tramway tracks as loot. The problem with tramway tracks is that it's hard to get enough of them to really make a usable tramway. I mean, in creative mode, you can build some pretty impressive tramways and so on, which could resemble almost mainline railways, but unfortunately, in survival mode, you just don't have the resources usually. So plundering mine shafts can be one way to get at least some tracks without expending your iron resources, which are really the main problem. And your redstone too, because the trams or mine carts really, in Minecraft are powered by redstone. And that's also a very wasteful way to use gold, because you need gold to make the powered tracks. And gold, as in real life, is pretty scarce in Minecraft. Alright, so finally I've knocked my way into the stronghold almost by accident. I'm looking to see if there are any neighboring rooms, because sometimes there are. So I'm doing a little bit more exploration here, because this is often how you find additional loot. So there's the main entrance to the stronghold, which is usually at the end of a spiral staircase. And normally there would be a lot of loot in here, but in this case there's almost nothing. There isn't even the end portal that you need. So this, if you reuse this seed, I would say don't go to this stronghold, because it's not really very useful. But you can see how it works. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.